Hey there, everyone. This is the last and final video that you're going to have to watch for this part of the program. After this, you will then be able to get stuck in and really get to the main event of this course. But these are all things that need to be done, preparing you for the work, right? So as we go through the rest of the session, what I would like you to keep in mind are what perhaps are some of the likes and dislikes that you have as someone reading emails, and also to think a little bit about the challenges that you face when you're responding to emails. So we're going to focus first on the dislikes, and because it's very easy to think about what are some of the things that we do not like when it comes to emails. And then we will look at, what are some of the likes you have. So when it comes to dislikes, I don't know about you, but for me, sometimes it's the words that people use that can be a trigger for me. I don't like words, for example, like due to company policy, dot, 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 that really, riles me up. Now, I don't know what yours are, but it would be good for you to take the PDF form that has been prepared and to just spend some time thinking about what they are. But let me share with you what are some typical dislikes. The tone that is used. We often think of tone in the context of face to face interactions or perhaps over the phone, but even in an email, you can come across in a certain tone, with a certain tone of voice. And, that can sometimes be what riles people up. When, for example, I have shared with you three things that I need to be looked at, and you only deal with two of them in your response to me, that can be a dislike for some people. And of course, all of us are, not very keen on robotic or templated response. It feels a little bit lazy. It feels a little bit like as if you just took something and you didn't quite really read my email and you just, assumed that it fit into some cubbyhole that you have created for yourself. So no one likes robotic or template responses. People want the personal touch. The feeling of being talked down to, I guess that can kind of be related to the tone of voice. And when you're using complicated or complex language, sometimes for what I've heard people say is that when writers use complex or complicated language like jargon or acronyms or use very bombastic words, it feels like as if you're trying to confuse us. So these are again things that we want to avoid. So think about it in the context of whatever it is that you don't like. Chances are that the people that are receiving your emails also don't like them. Now, I do want you to spend some time thinking about what is it that perhaps you like, and really put yourself in the shoes of someone who really reads emails. And I'm sure you do, and I'm sure you do receive emails. So, what are some of the likes? Now, the typical likes that I hear is that people feel that, someone has taken proactive steps to solve their problems, when people have been courteous and empathetic, when people are able to show their knowledge, they are that they know the systems, they know the processes. So not only are they able to solve the issue, but even if they can't solve the issue, they are able to share alternatives or perhaps options that is open to the person that's going to receive the response. So keep some of these things in mind, and above all, use a conversational and friendly tone. It doesn't mean something that sounds conversational and friendly is not professional, right? Um, Now, after you have spent some time thinking about what is it that you like when you receive emails and what is it that you don't like when you receive emails, this will take about 5 to 10 minutes each way, and I really want you to give careful attention to it. The reason is because this means that you will be able to just give that little bit more thought to your own responses. After you have done that, then think about what are those challenges that you're facing right now when it comes to responding to difficult emails. The ones that are nice and friendly and, easy to read, those are easy to respond to. But the difficult emails, it could be, feedback that is, not great to hear about your product or your service. Um, perhaps it's from a particular person from another team that you've had issues with. Maybe words have been exchanged, and it could be even a customer that you have had a run-in with. Whatever the reason is, what are your challenges? Now, to help you get started into thinking about what possibly could be your challenges, let me just share with you some typical challenges that I hear. So, I do have people who are extremely busy, who have emails as part of their job, not as the whole job role. So for those of you in customer service, perhaps that's more of your job role to just respond to customer complaints and compliments. But for others, it could be that it's just part of another role that they're having, and so sometimes time can be an issue. But even for those of you in customer service, I'm sure you have that feeling that, or sense that, you're always chasing time. So could that be an issue? Or it could be a case of data. Perhaps it's too much data. You are so knowledgeable that you don't know sometimes how much to put in and what to put in. But for others, it could be not enough data. And so, again, there's that time element of having to go and find out, and, making sure that we are able to put the right information in. And then, of course, it's in the context of a job role. That could be an issue because, again, you don't normally write emails, and then here you are having to write a couple, or, maybe about five or six a week. And, it's not part of your skill set yet. Yeah. So it could be that's the challenge. For some of us, it's managing emotions. Managing the emotions either of ourselves or the people that we're having to deal with. And perhaps it could be something as simple as skills that we haven't quite got for ourselves yet. Whatever those challenges are, I want you to think about them. It doesn't have to be a long list, it could be just two or three, but really give it some thought. And here's why I want you to do that. When you know what your challenges are, then as you go through the course, you will be able to pick out things, tips, techniques that you hear from me, and you will be able to match some of that to the issues you're having or challenges you're having right now, and use it to overcome those challenges. Likewise, where as you go through the course and you're beginning to find that, oh my gosh, there is this challenge that I have identified, and Roshini is not, coming to any solutions for me yet, or any sort of answers for me yet. That will give you a better idea as to what sort of questions you want to ask me, what sort of comments you want to put. You can use the comments function. You can reach out to me directly. More than happy to answer your questions if I can. And, your questions give me clarity, and sometimes your questions, I can bring it to the platform, put it into the comments function so that it can benefit other people. So, here are basically some of the things that I would like you to keep in mind as we go through um, the final stages of setting ourselves up. And I really am so excited for you to be on this course again. Thank you so much for signing up. And I look forward to seeing you at session 1.